Welcome back to Winter Weather Awareness Week, where we continue to look at the forecasting process. In Part 1, we discussed some of the key parameters we look at, and now for Part 2, we will discuss the various ways of how we look at the data and the challenges that come along with winter weather forecasting. So where do we get our weather forecasting data? Our data comes from a variety of sources, but the simple answer is from observations and models. We have a real-time observation from our network of instruments, including automated surface observation systems, weather balloons, satellites, and radar. These observations are then analyzed and used to assess the current patterns and trends in the weather. To forecast days in advance, we use the aforementioned observations as a starting point to initiate models, which are then run several times a day to give us a clue on what happens. What is a weather forecasting model? Weather forecasting models are a series of calculations that pull in different data sets and parameters to predict and simulate how and what the atmosphere will do based on given conditions. There are numerous models and each has a unique set of conditions and gives an output of what potentially could happen under these conditions. We have large-scale models that tend to give a broader picture, and then we have higher resolution models that go into the finer details. And there is everything in between. Some of the more common weather forecasting models that you may hear of are the GFS, the Global Forecasting System, the NAM, the North American Model, the ECMWF, also known as the Euro, the RAP, the Rapid Refresh Model, and the HRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh Model. And all these models, plus the numerous other models out there, have their strengths, but also their weaknesses. And based on how they handle the conditions, can give similar outputs or range wildly, which makes it very difficult to rely on a single model or even a few forecast models for a dependable forecast, especially when it comes down to winter weather and snow. There are so many models to look at with just as many solutions that it is like drinking from a fire hose and easily can get overwhelming with data. So what is the solution to looking at the plethora of models available? In recent years, ensemble forecasting has become more prevalent. Ensembles take a set of individual models with various runs and deviations and combine them into one. This way, looking at one ensemble with all of its members in one map rather than looking at a dozen of models individually can give forecasters a better idea of a mean or average output, show them the range of outputs and possibilities for multiple models instead of one individually. Overall, it is not a perfect solution, but allows forecasters to analyze more data easily. Even with all the revolutionary advancements in weather forecast modeling, there continues to remain challenges. The atmosphere is constantly changing day to day, minute by minute, and our forecast evolves given the latest information. Models and ensembles can be in close agreement with each other, which can give forecasters higher confidence in that forecast. But the real challenge is when models and ensembles disagree and have a wide range of outputs, which could vary in storm track and strength, timing, differences in temperature, differences in snow ratios, and the difference in snowfall amounts. This leads to greater uncertainty, and confidence tends to be lower with these types of systems. Hence, sometimes for winter weather events, you may see a forecast with a bit of a spread of snowfall totals, which is meant to convey that the range of likely possibilities, because pinpointing the exact outcome days or even hours out can be challenging given all the moving parts and various factors that go into the calculations and the wide spread. So in summary, weather forecasting models are great, but they are not perfect, and ensembles are a better way to gauge the range of outcomes to give forecasters more or less confidence. We as forecasters still face an uphill battle, especially in winter when models and ensembles give various solutions. But nonetheless, your local forecasters continue to provide you with the latest updates as things evolve in order to give everyone the best messaging and information to help keep people safe. Now you have a little taste of what goes into winter weather forecasting process and the challenges that come along with it. So stay up to date with the latest information from your local National Weather Service office when there is active winter weather. Stay safe and be prepared because winter is right around the corner.